just went for a run, so that's why I sound winded, because I am. Welcome back to the channel, me and Crikey. April is National Car Care Month. To most of us, every month is National Car Care Month, but April is the National Car Care Month, so take this time out, do whatever maintenance needs to be done on your vehicle, whether it's an oil change, tire rotation, alignment, whatever those standard things that you need to do on your vehicle that you haven't done in a while, and you know you need to do them. It's a good time to get them done, all right? All right, today, once I catch my breath, we're gonna do a tire rotation on the F-150. Pick the perfect day to do it. It's a beautiful day out here. Now, I could take it to Discount Tire and let them do it, but I don't like doing that. I'd rather do it myself until I know it's actually done. So we're gonna do it right here in the driveway. Now, depending on who you ask, a tire rotation is front to back, back to front. Or it's front diagonal to the back, diagonal to the front, and then vice versa, like an X pattern. Then some people say, this time do front to back, next time do diagonal, diagonal, and you switch it up every other time. Depends on who you ask, all right? Like, I've heard different things from different people over the years, and I've done both over the years on my vehicle. So today we're gonna do front to back, make things a little easier. Now, my driveway is slightly slanted, so we're gonna use bricks. I always recommend, even if it's on a flat surface, if you can do it on a flat surface, you don't have a choice, use like a chalk or a brick. We have bricks. I'm gonna use those so that the truck doesn't accidentally roll. Also, make sure you have your parking brake on when you're doing these types of maintenance items. All right, now, anytime you're doing any type of work like this, safety is the most important thing. Nothing else matters. Well, there are a lot of other things that matter, but safety is the most important thing. Jack stands. I've had these jack stands for a long time. These jack stands, I always use jack stands. No matter what goes on in life, use jack stands. I don't care what it is, use jack stands. It'll save your life. Trust me. Let's talk about jacking points. All right, so this is our stock jack. And I know what you guys are thinking. We'll get to that in a minute. These are the jacking points. So if you look in the front, first of all, it says it right here on the jacking points. You look at this picture right here behind the wheel, there. And then this one is on the rear is on the actual axle of the wheel. We'll talk about that in a second. So if you look at the front on the driver's side, it's dirty up under there, but you see that arrow right there? That is where you're supposed to put your jack. The difference is on the passenger side, there's no arrow. Now on the front, it was right where all that rust is, which is where it's been jacked right here. It's right in front of this little sort of cross member piece right here in the front. This is where your jack's supposed to go, where it's flat, right in front of there. Now, why there's an arrow on the driver's side and not on the passenger side, I don't know, but it is what it is. Rear is a little more intricate. I've seen people do it several different ways. Typically, as long as you have your jack on the frame, you're safe, okay? But if you look at the back, this is the back tire right here. The frame actually curves right here. So there's no flat section for the rear to put your jack, right? This is technically the middle of the truck right here where it's flat. That will help you lift. You could lift up the whole side of the truck. But if you're trying to get specifically on the back, there's no point here for you to actually put your jack. Now, I've seen some people put it here. That's not safe. You see how curved this is? It's not flat. So it's not a safe place to put a jack, okay? Your jack is actually supposed to go on the rear axle back here. Now, I've seen people put it right here. That's technically not where it's supposed to go. It's actually supposed to go right here in this little groove between the four bolts. That's the safest place to put your jack. Right there, that's actually where it's supposed to go, according to the manual. You could also check your manual. Now, what would be the ultimate best way to do this? Buy your floor jack. I know, that's what I was alluding to earlier. I know, I'm gonna get a floor jack. Trust me, I wanna get one. It's gonna happen one day. Now, the best way to do this, we'll start on the front. This is how I'm gonna do it. Start on the front. You wanna loose the bolts on the front, loose the lug nuts on the front, put your jack up under, lift it up, take the front wheel off, put a jack stand under it. Take the actual jack off, bring it back here to the back, loosen the back wheel, put the jack under the back, lift it up, take the back wheel off. So now you have both the front, the left side, the whole left side supported on a jack stand in the front, the actual jack in the back, and you can swap the wheels that way. Alternate way to do this, you could use your spare tire as sort of a holding point. You can take the front off, put the spare on the front, roll this one to the back, put it on the back, swap it that way. You know, you could just use your spare tire as just a holding point. So like I said, there's several different ways to do this. Depends on what works best for you. Right now I just have the vehicle up in the air. I guess it's a good time to check everything. check and make sure everything is how it should be. There's nothing leaking. None of these bushings are cracked or broken or damaged in any way, shape, or form. Check all your lines. Make sure everything is where it should be. Like I said, check your brake pads. Make sure your brake pads are good. I think we're okay at the moment, at least for now. Yeah, so it's a good time to check everything. Make sure everything is what it should be. All right, you have your jack stand in place. Go ahead and lower it down on the jack stand. I have my jack stand at the highest possible level. Make sure this is locked down. Also, before you jack it down on there, please do that. All right. There you go. You have all your weight on your jack stand. Now, this jack stand does say that it's rated for 2 tons, 4,000 pounds. I'm not sure how much this truck weighs, but I think it's more than 4,000 pounds. Now you see the rear, it fits perfectly within that little space right there between those 4 bolts. That's where your jack stand is technically supposed to go. Now it probably is safe to put it right here. I've seen people do that. Put here, it probably is safe, but this is actually the actual spot. It's probably the most secure spot, also due to this bracket here that's holding your leaf springs. Yeah. This is me after doing one side. My back hurts a lot, y'all. This is me clearly forgetting how big and tall and heavy these wheels and tires actually are. Anyway, so as you see, I was tightening them up. I always hand tighten. I always go and start patting. But anyway, hand tighten them, and then I always save my locking lug nut for last, and I was putting on the last one. So you always just tighten it up with your hand tighten first. I use this breaker bar. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been using this breaker bar the whole time. I always keep this breaker bar in my truck. It just makes life easier if anything happens. So tighten it up by hand in a star pattern, then tighten it up with a bar in a star pattern, and then when you lower it on the ground, then you torque it down with a torque wrench on the ground, and you still do it in a star pattern. That's just the way I do it. I know some people don't do it that way, but I always keep it in a star pattern to make sure everything's even. Also, you would notice I was using this socket. This is my socket wrench. It's a 19 millimeter. I always use for my lug nuts. This is actually just, let me show you. This is essentially just a sleeve. Like it's gold, it's cool. It's different, I know. It comes in a sleeve like this. So this is your actual socket. And to make sure that this doesn't scratch up your wheels, it has this plastic sleeve over it and just slides over like so. So you can put it like that, and you can tighten up your wheels without scratching up your wheels. This has been a lifesaver. Trust me, I've taken my truck to two different tire stores. Not gonna name any names, but I've taken it to 2 different tire stores, and they don't use stuff like this because they don't care that much. And I've gotten scratches all over my wheels. Matter of fact, you can see it right here. See this? This came from taking it to a tire shop and I'm using regular sockets and socket wrenches or whatever. So I always use these because these will keep this from happening. Hey y'all, as I am jacking up the front, putting the jack back in the front so that we can lift it off the jack stand, I'm realizing the mistake I just made, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys are gonna point it out, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I made a mistake. Jack stands, I said it earlier, this jack stand is a 2-ton jack stand rated for 4,000 pounds, as you see right there. Jack stands come in pairs for a reason. They always give you 2 jack stands. You never buy 1 jack stand, pretty sure. So jack stands come in pairs for a reason. Use both of them, right? So you have this one here. What happens if this one fails, or if it's not strong enough, or anything happens, a squirrel runs by and hits the lever? You never know. Anything happens, the truck's gonna fall, right? So if I had this jack stand here and the other one on the other side, it's double the protection, double the safety, right? So you have 2 jack stands, use both of them at all times. Forgive me for that, all right? By the way, if anybody's curious as to how much my truck actually weighs, because I was kind of curious about it too. So I was at a weigh station a couple of months ago, and I found out how much weight my truck actually weighs. Check this out. Torque wrench. Now, I'm pretty sure somebody can relate to this, so check this out. Me and my dad were just talking about this the other day. Growing up, we didn't actually torque things to spec. We didn't actually have a torque wrench. This was our torque wrench right here. You see this right here? that was our torque wrench, right? My dad's torque wrench, by the way, was about this big, all right? Huge. So he would torque things he would torque things down with his huge muscles, and it would be so tight that me and my brother couldn't loose it together. It was that tight. But anyway, so basically we just tighten things like lug nuts. You just tighten them as much as you could. And something smaller, you just tighten it just tight enough, you know. So now we know better, we do better. I've had this torque wrench from EP Auto. I've had it for about 6-7 years now. Works pretty well. Now I did a quick Google search for 2015 F150 torque specs. It's 150 foot-pounds of torque, all right? For the motor metal wheels, it says 140 to 160. We're gonna go on the low end of 140 just to be on the safe side. Now, if you look at this, you got to be careful when you buy a torque wrench. You have, let me see if I can show it there. Right here it says foot-pounds. On this side, if you flip it around, it says Newton meters. Make sure you're on foot-pounds when you need foot-pounds. Make sure you're on Newton meter when you need Newton meter. Yeah, that could definitely be a bad day. So right here, it says 140. That's what we're going to, 140. So loosen it up on the end, tighten that to 140. Matter of fact, let's do it 130 for now. Let's start at 130, tighten it back up, and then we'll see where we are. Now for the locking lug nut, the last one, I don't like using the torque wrench with the locking nut because I feel like it's going to damage the pattern on the inside or probably the actual nut itself. So we're just going to use this torque wrench right here. Click, 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 same thing. Now you're just repeating the same process on the other side. That's it. When I was talking about safety, using 2 jack stands, it's definitely not necessary, but gives you a little more peace of mind in case one fails, the other one will catch it. I remember earlier I was talking about damage to the wheel from not using those safety lug nut sockets. Look at this. All this. All this is from somebody using a regular socket and scratching it up, trying to get the socket in there. Probably not paying attention, rushing. You know how it goes. All right, both sides are done. Now, it's hot, my back hurts, but it feels good to have something done. It feels good to knock something off the list, something that needs to be done anyway. Now, I'm not sure how often you guys get your tires rotated, but between 5,000, 6,000, depends on your situation, of course, depends on what type of tires you have as well, warranty and that type of thing. Anyway, I rotate my tires every other oil change. So every 2 or 3 oil changes, I have to rotate my tires. Some people do it every other oil change, but like I said, it depends on you. But just make sure you do it. All right, don't neglect getting your tires rotated, because if you don't, then your front tires will be more worn than your back tires, or vice versa, and they won't last as long. You end up having to replace the fronts and not the back, and it's just rotate your tires, okay? Even if you go to one of those shops and have them rotated, just get it done, all right? Now, there are a couple of things that could make this go smoother. Like I said, get your breaker bar. Breaker bar will make life a lot easier. You could also use an impact wrench. I don't like using impact guns on lugs for some reason. I don't know, it just bothers me unless it's like an air gun. Anyway, so you could, and I actually have one too, but anyway, you could use an impact, but I would suggest if you use an impact, don't use an impact to tighten them. Just tighten it up just enough and then use your torque wrench. Make sure you get a torque wrench. Look up here, have my torque wrench. I went digging in the garage for this. I didn't need it, an extension. This one actually came with one in the case. I just didn't realize it was in there. So this one's a good one to get. I'll link it in the description below, as well as everything else that I use. Like I say, this is vitally important. It will save your rims from getting scratched up. They have this in different sizes. It came in a case of like 4 different sizes, so check that out as well. Also, in the link in the description below. You can also get a floor jack. Get a floor jack. If you're able to get a floor jack, get a floor jack. It will make this so much easier, so much smoother. Yeah, because a lot of time I spent just jacking up this little baby jack. It took forever. Also, like I said, safety, get you jack stands. Heavy duty jack stands. Get some ASAP. Yeah. Also, you could use help. If you have a friend or somebody that's come out and help you, that would make things go smoother as well. And probably be a little easier on your back as well. Now we have to go clean up. This is my preferred cleaner, by the way. A little squirt of that. Wipe it in, rinse it off, and you're good. It gets everything off, trust me. Fast Orange, check that out, good stuff. See, just like that, nice clean, like it never happened. Before we end today's video, I got a box. We're waiting on you guys to actually open this, so check this out. Check this out. Look at that. That came directly from Ford Motor Company. Look at that. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 straight years. This is a poster that I won in a contest from Ford Motor Company. So I was waiting to open this on camera to show you guys. Ford has been the top-selling truck for 49 years. Check it out. So we're gonna hang this on the wall somewhere. We'll figure that out. We're gonna hang this on the wall somewhere in the garage. So big shout outs to Ford. Congratulations to Ford. Ford is obviously one of my favorite companies. You have the Ford F-150 right there. You have the 78 Ford Thunderbird right there. Updates coming on that real soon. Don't look at it. So in honor of Ford, as you look in my garage, I have this huge Ford light up sign right there. It looks insane at nighttime too, but that's my Ford light up sign. Big shout out to my wife for getting me that for the garage. But in honor of my birthday, actually, so in honor of Ford and in honor of my birthday, I was going to do a giveaway, and I completely forgot. Time, life, things got in the way, and I have this, which is the same as that up there. So this is a giveaway. We're going to give this away on meandcarkeys.com. Anybody who's a fan of Ford, a fan of Ford Motor Company, F-Series trucks, Mustangs, Broncos, Thunderbirds, whatever the case may be, Ford Motor Company. This does light up just like mine up here. It's exactly the same as this one up here. So one of you guys will win this. And the way we're gonna do it is, to anybody that orders something on meandcarkeys.com will automatically be entered to win a Ford sign. And what we're gonna do is run a randomly, just throw it into your order. So no matter what you order, whether you order keychain, whether you order the entire catalog, you have a chance to win one of these. It's gonna be a random selection of the next 20 orders. You're automatically entered to win the Ford sign for your garage, house, or wherever you want to put it. So I do appreciate you guys for supporting the Me and Carkeys channel, support meandcarkeys.com. So that is just something to do. That is just something to give away, to say thank you guys for supporting the channel and support meandcarkeys.com and all my business endeavors. All right. So thank you for watching another video on Me and Carkeys channel. Motivation Crew, that's me, that's you. Till next time, I'll see you.